3, but this is yours to fill in this document. And you have to do that first class period. And don't leave it up to them to read it. They won't read it, and 8 weeks into the semester, they're going to blame you for something. You didn't tell us that. Well, yeah, you did. Because you made it the rule on day 1, there it was. When you get online, you got to do something different. And Ms. Henthorne and Ms. Cochran are our 2 persons that will talk about that tonight a little bit. But, so there's your syllabus format, and we won't talk about all of this tonight, by the way. There's your course eval. Students check you out on this one. There's your turnitin.com, and I think we'll do probably a little Turnitin tonight, Ms. Henthorne. How many of you didn't have any earthly idea what Turnitin.com is? How many use Turnitin? Ooh, good number. How many don't know what Turnitin is and you don't have a reason to use it? Okay? That's the right answer. Yeah, how many have an iPad? I mean, kids don't talk about iPads in a minute. But listen, Gina West did an excellent job today. She's a professor in our English department, and she brought forth something that was really cool. Ready for this fun little title? To catch a thief. You know how frustrated you guys are going to be when you get in here and you have papers that you turn in because, you know, we require every course. Yeah, math or not, Josh, you have to do a writing assignment. A writing assignment. Math? Yes, yeah. Write up something. Why do you want to be a math teacher? Whatever it is. And we have a tool to catch people trying to pull one over on you to make you look kind of silly because they're going to turn in their sister's work from last semester, 2 semesters ago, or their work from some other class. And when you use Turnitin.com, if you haven't really seen that, it's absolutely magic. It's a miracle. And there's a billion pieces of documents that have been put into Turnitin.com, and it will tell on those little cheaters, and you can't tolerate that because they've got to earn a grade, right? And we've got integrity and dignity, and they'll laugh you out. Say, well, let's take, I won't say Nick, but let's take so-and-so's class, and they're easy, and they don't use Turnitin, they use the same test all the time. No, you don't want that reputation. There's your Scantron sheet, test out analysis, Ms. Conference, when we talk about online, and here's 3 documents in the back. I'm going to challenge you on those 3 documents. On the 60, so that's a little 60-question questionnaire. That's motherhood apple pie and baseball right there. It's all 59 questions that say, well, do you do this? Do you do this? I'm going to ask you to fill that out before the night's over with. And you might even be asked to be a commencement speaker tonight somewhere. You may be asked, what are you going to talk to the graduates about? What are the 3 things you think are quality in instruction? And faculty that inspire. We got a sign on the other campus. I didn't take it down. We put it up with duct tape. It's hanging on a screen. We could have hung it in here. But it talks about faculty that inspire. That's our big thrust, our theme, our cross-cutting dream theme this semester. Are you an inspiration to your students? Can you be? Do you want to be? You want to take the time? Do you think your personality can inspire? We're going to ask you about inspiring students. And Miss Rickson can't make it. Now, by the way, she's not well, if you know Mary. She was home really sick. But she's got an episode host document here for you to use. In fact, Mary has come over before with us and made a presentation. So, all right. Listen, we're going to break down tonight. We're going to keep moving fast because that darn little second hand keeps running around the clock back there, and it's never going to slow up. Ms. Moore, could we talk about retention a little bit? Guys, listen, you wear more than one hat. And I know you may think, do I have to really care about these 2? Yes. Or you wouldn't be in this room if you didn't care about these 2. I know, we hear things. The word gets around about you. You all have a reputation. Everybody in this room has got a reputation, just a job. We know what you do because we talk to the people on the back row. And all I have to hear is from Mr. Boyd to say something about Darlene and just say, she's really pretty sharp. That sums up to me, he's pretty impressed because he must have seen something that triggered something outstanding about Miss Rushing and what she's doing from Miss Cochran. So, the work comes through there. And I have had be on our faculty full-time, because she's just taken a job at the, I think this was just last summer, whenever we were together, and all of that lady's sharp as it gets. So when we think through, who we are, and you don't cross, not be down good, sitting right either, so. I just go, you are who's who, looking around this room, TJ, I mean, you guys reach students, and the word gets back at us. So we want you to think in terms of quality, we want you to think in terms of more than your classroom, to retain these students. If you guys could, David, you guys could grab them before they say, hey, my girlfriend's moving, she's going to move to Duncan, and I think I might move there and try to get a job with Halliburton or something. Well, maybe Halliburton's an okay place to get on Halliburton, but Chesapeake lays them off, too. By the time you get on, you got to be careful not to get off. But you think in terms of, wait a minute, and I still remember old Tony Burks telling me when I was at Southwestern, he said, my girlfriend, she said, I guess I want to, I'm alone, they want to go back home. And I said, Tony Burks, don't you dare think you're going to leave the school. I'm not letting you go back home, you're coming back in January. Mom and Dad, I can do some work on the farm. I said, yeah, you can do some work on the farm, but get your degree first. You're a whole 2 semesters away from a 3 semesters from a baccalaureate degree. Don't you stop. No, I can't. I call that guy during Christmas. Tommy Burks, where do you stand on this thing? What are you going to do? I'm staying home. I said, no, you're not. And, you know, he thanked me 3 years later because he went out and got a teaching job and he's making a difference in other people's work. I didn't let that guy go. I stayed on him. You guys can do the same thing and dog at your students when you know you've got a good one. You don't let them, they got potential. Some of them don't have the potential. You think, well, you're about to wear me out. I'm not going to go the extra mile for you. Some you want to go that extra mile. You know what I'm talking about. You see in your classes all the time. Take the ears off of some and let some wander away. But somehow inspire them and motivate them is where we're headed. So, Miss Orr, you're going to talk about retaining students. She's got a plan or two here, and before you gripe about this 3-week deal that you have to do, oh, woe is me. Now listen, I got 2 daughters, and I don't even know what their ages are. Kind of like they're 4 years apart, like 27 and 31. But they taught me well over the last 15 years, at least from high school. Dad, get over it. When it was inevitable, whatever the topic was, Dad, get over it. I'm driving about something, and they're saying, Dad, get over it. And so that's my new word, my old words that I'll use again and again. The 3-week thing or whatever it is. No whining. You know what this is? You know what that is? The world's smallest violin playing, oh, woe is me, you know? So, yeah, Miss Ford, the floor is yours, and we'll keep moving through the night.
Excuse me. To begin with, I want to pass cards around to you. Now, I know many of you, some of you I know as names, and I'm trying to put names to faces, and that's great. Another thing, if I bothered you with hand gestures, my family says I could not talk at all if you tie my hands to my side, so please forgive me. I've tried to get over it for many, many years, and it's not going to happen. I'm too old to change now. If you will notice on my card here, it says that I am retention coordinator. And so just as Dr. Stacy cringed when we said junior college, I cringe when people say I'm in charge of retention. Nobody could be in charge of retention for this school. It's a community effort. You are the front line. I do not see the students, or I am not online with the students several times a week. You are. All I do is try to build a program that helps us to retain these students. Dr. Stacy has already talked about the importance of retaining students. And we all know, if you want to put it in a dollar and cents form, that if we don't retain our students, we don't have the income coming in, we don't has a poor academic record in your class, or a student that you may know is having a special problem and may have to drop out of school because of this. Please, in times past, when you have talked for Murray for years, know that we did, what we call the early warning referral. And you had to fill out a whole sheet and send it in and all of that. I don't want you to even do that now. It's so much more simple to just email me or call me and say, Mary Jones, Sam Smith have been absent for classes, for several classes. Let me know. Now, what will I do? My plan is for this to start an entire loop. I will contact their graduate advisor, and I don't think we mentioned graduate advisors yet in this meeting, but our full-time faculty and part of our professional staff act as graduate advisors for our students. The graduate advisor will have approximately 20 to 30 students that they will advise during the semester. I will contact the graduate advisor and talk with them and say, okay, do you want me to contact the student, or will you be contacting the student? And we will attempt to contact the student. Now, some of the roadblocks that I've ran up against, believe it or not, our students are not a stable population, and I don't know how to say that nicely. Some of them go through 3 different cell phone numbers in a semester, and 3 or 4 different addresses during the semester. They move, they change cell phones. We will attempt to contact them first by telephone and by email. And by email, I mean I don't just use the Murray email, because I found out that they don't check that, but they might check Yahoo or Hotmail or something like that. So if we have any other email address available for them, we will do that. And then we will attempt to locate them by mailing them a letter if everything else fails. Say, look, your instructor has told me that you are not in class. Is there a problem? What can we do about this? And then I will get back to the instructor and report that Mary said that she had a baby and she won't be able to be back in class. And the first thing I will do is advise that student, get in touch with your instructor. See if something can be worked out so that you can finish out the semester with a good grade. And so I will get back to you. We'll complete the loop and I will get back to you. Now, one of the things that we added this year, we found out that many of our peer institutions have been successful using an early 3-week grade. Before, we only asked you to do 8-week grades. But now, we're going to ask you to do a 3-week grade. And in this way, we hope to identify students who are not in class or who are in academic trouble before the semester is too far along and they cannot pull this thing out. All right. Now, I think Dr. Stacy made it very plain, and I can appreciate this also. I've been an adjunct instructor. I've also been a tutor. And I can tell you, you don't do it for the money. There's no way. For me, I did it because when I was tutoring the students or teaching the students in a classroom, there was all of a sudden this look they would get on their face, like, whoa, I can see this. And it was just like a light came on, and for me, that was the gratification that I needed. So, I know that we are asking you to do extra work, but if we can help keep some students in college that might otherwise have been lost, it's all worth it. All right, now what happens when we do these 3-week grades? 3-week grades will be turned in through Campus Connect, just like midterms, like finals are. And after a very short period, 2 or 3 days, hopefully, these students' grades will come to me. I'm going to look over them, and I'm going to look for several things. First thing I'm going to look, if I've got a student that has F in 4 classes, there's one of 2 things happening. This student is either not attending that class at all, those classes at all, or the student is having terrible academic problems. Either way, I need to contact that student. Sometimes this is the way that we catch a student who has completely left the scene and doesn't intend to come back. This helps to benefit the students because we want them to withdraw and not just stay on the roll for the rest of the semester and receive an F in the class. Also, when we have students that have 2 or more F's, D's, or U's at the 3-week point, we contact them and we have a class called Success Strategies class. We started this last semester. This is made possible through a grant through USA funds. And when we have this class, it will be limited to 20 students per class. And we'll run 5 sections here on the Ardmore campus, 5 sections on the Tishomingo campus, is what we have this set up. We'll take this, and if we need more, we can. Through this grant, through USA funds, at least for this year, the students will not have to pay any tuition for this extra class. And we provide all books, learning materials. All right, when we get them in there, we're going to give them classes in how to study, how to take a test, time management, and money management, that we find that's becoming increasingly important. If you look at some of the records these students have, it's very easy for that student to get in deep debt the first semester they're in college. They don't know how to manage money. Perhaps mom and dad have done it for them for 18 years, and they're away from mom and dad, and they have trouble with money management skills, a lot of trouble with time management skills. We set them down, and we say, okay, you're in college now. This is what it means to be a college student. This is what is expected of you now that you are in college. You'd be surprised how many students have no clue of what's going on. Yeah, no, you won't be surprised. You need to taught a class to know that. This is what we want to teach them. That you're not just all right, I've been in the classroom long enough, and some of you know this. You're teaching a classroom with 25 students, and you look around and 7 or 8 of them did not bring a pencil or a pen to take notes. Now, you know they're not going to retain everything you teach in that hour period. And they don't even have paper and pencil. We've got to teach them. This is what's expected of you. You're expected to sit there and take notes because you will not retain this unless you do. And we hope to continue this class next year. If funding is available, but we have the funding and we will be doing that for this semester, and that makes it very
What is it?
Success Strategies course. It's COL 1011, I believe. We have two courses. One is called, Becky help me, Academic Strategies or something like Academic Success. That class they have to pay tuition for, and it runs an entire 16 weeks. This Success Strategies course runs for an 8-week period only. We identify the students at week 3, and then we put them in this class for the remaining